You know that moment when you're alone, scrolling, telling yourself it's nothing, just a quick look, just a harmless thought. But deep down, you already feel that shift inside you, that quiet pull that doesn't feel clean. That's where it starts, and most men never admit that's the exact second they begin losing control. It never feels dramatic in the beginning. It feels small, a glance, a pause that lasts a second too long, a thought you don't immediately shut down. And then slowly, almost invisibly, it moves from your eyes into your mind. Before you even notice it's there, it's sitting in your heart. That's how lust works. It doesn't kick the door down, it seeps in. Look around. How many strong men had everything going for them and still lost it because they couldn't master their own desires? Not because they were weak in public, but because they were undisciplined in private. Lust doesn't just make a man weak. It makes him blind. Blind to the woman who was actually right for him. Blind to the future he said he wanted. Blind to the blessings sitting right in front of him. A woman was never meant to be reduced to a moment. She was meant to be cherished, respected, honored. Meant to stand beside a man, build with him, raise children with him, strengthen a home with him. But a man consumed by lust can't see value clearly. Lust turns a lifetime into a moment, a soul into a body, purpose into pleasure. And when you start looking at women through that lens, you lose the ability to love the way you were designed to. You start chasing beauty but never loyalty, chasing pleasure but never peace, chasing women but never actually finding a wife. And even if a good woman chooses you, lust doesn't just disappear. It waits in the corners of your mind. It whispers. It keeps you restless. It convinces you something is missing even when you have everything, because lust is never full. It always wants more, and it rarely starts with something extreme. It starts with a few extra scrolls, a profile you revisit, a thought you entertain instead of dismissing. You don't even have to search for it anymore. It's searching for you. It's engineered to catch your eyes and hold your attention. And when you call it harmless content, you ignore the fact that it's bait, designed to keep your heart distracted and your discipline dull. Here's the part most people don't want to admit. Your desires don't only affect you. A father who can't control his eyes teaches his sons that impulse is normal. A husband distracted by other women teaches his daughters that men aren't steady. A man led by his flesh cannot lead his home in faith. Lust doesn't just crack your own soul, it fractures trust, it plants insecurity, it leaves behind shame and regret when everything finally collapses. What actually changes it isn't guilt. Guilt just keeps you stuck in the same cycle. It's not hype either. Hype fades the second your mood shifts. It's starvation. What you don't feed begins to die. When it shows up on your feed, you have to make the decision, cut it off. Not dramatically, but quietly, decisively. No reaction, no internal debate about whether it's that serious, just action. Because attention is fuel. Every glance, every second you linger, you're feeding the very thing you're trying to escape. And whatever you consistently feed grows stronger. Starve it. Where your attention goes, your energy follows. At the same time, notice what you've been filling your mind with, because the mind doesn't stay empty. If you don't feed it something strong, it will default to something weak. If you surround yourself with noise and temptation, don't be surprised when your thoughts reflect it. But when you start consuming things that sharpen you, strengthen you, challenge you, your internal appetite changes. What once excited you begins to feel cheap. And sometimes the real issue isn't desire, it's emptiness. Too much idle time, too much scrolling, not enough movement, not enough purpose. A man with no mission will always look for stimulation. But a man building something meaningful doesn't crave crumbs. When your days are filled with growth, with training, with skill building, with real-world progress, your taste changes. You don't just stop watching filth, you start resenting what it was taking from you. Guard your eyes. That's where the battle begins. If it doesn't enter through sight, it doesn't plant itself in your mind. And if it doesn't live in your mind, it can't rule your heart. Lust is a fire, and for too long you've been pouring gasoline on it. and wondering why it keeps burning. Cut off the air, let it suffocate, let it die quietly from neglect. The truth is, the strongest move isn't dramatic. It's discipline, no reaction, no feeding it, just breaking the pattern. Because when patterns break, new realities form. And if this kind of conversation hits somewhere deeper than you expected, stay close to this space and subscribe. Because this is where we talk about the things most men think about but rarely say out loud. At the end of the day, this isn't about shame. It's about clarity. It's about becoming the kind of man who can actually hold the blessings he asks for. And that shift doesn't start with a grand gesture. It starts in the quiet moment when you decide that one glance, that one scroll, that one thought stops with you